Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to take a break from tutorials and I'm filming a haul for you guys. The first half of the haul is going to be products from Ulta. I placed this order when Morphe dropped online, so I do have Morphe products I want to show you, but first I want to show you my face cream that I reordered. This is the Murad Skin Perfecting Lotion, and I have reordered this several times because it is a really moisturizing lotion that works for my skin and it does not break me out. This is what the Skin Perfecting Lotion looks like, and it is from their Acne Control line, and it is water based. And you have to be careful because they have the Skin Perfecting Lotion and then they have the Oil Control Mattifier, and they are the same lotion except this one is mattifying and it has SPF. The Skin Perfecting Lotion, like I said, is really moisturizing and it's water based, so it's nice and thin and it melts into the skin really beautifully. But the Oil Control Mattifier does break me out. It could be the SPF, but when it goes on very thick. As you can see, compared to the other one, this one's very thick and it smells like Elmer's glue. The Oil Control Mattifier, if I use it too much, will break me out. So I do recommend the Skin Perfecting Lotion, the one without the SPF. Now on to the Morphe products. The first palette I ordered was the 25B, or the Bronzed Mocha palette. And this palette came out a while ago. They released the Bronzed Mocha and another one. The Bronzed Mocha palette was released along with the Copper Spice palette a while back, and as you can see, the packaging has changed. When it was first released, the cover was clear and there were no names in it. But this is a Bronzed Mocha palette. It has a lot of really pretty purpley colors and browns, and they look really pretty. Let's just watch some colors. That looks really pretty. Here are some colors swatched, and they look really pigmented and beautiful, so hopefully that's how they'll apply to the eye. Now the second palette that I picked up, I wanted to order it for a while now online, but I wasn't sure about buying it, but now that it dropped onto Ulta, I took advantage of my 20% off and of my reward points, so I ordered the following two. This one is the 35F, the Fall Into Frost. And a lot of the colors in this one are all shimmers. These top 4 rows are shimmers and then the bottom row is matte. And they are all really pretty fall colors. You got your deep browns, your burgundies, your purples, and fall colors. So let's swatch some of those. And I'm terrible at swatching. But these 4 are shimmers and they go on really pretty, but usually shimmers always swatch really pretty. So I'll just swatch some mattes for you guys. I'll swatch these 4. This is a black. Okay. The mattes, maybe I swatched it wrong, but they're not as pigmented, but they do go on really softly and they feel like butter of how smooth they are. So we'll see how they apply in the eye, and I will do several tutorials using these palettes, especially now during the fall and winter time. And lastly, a palette I wasn't too sure about buying it, but again I took advantage of my points and my percent off, was this one. And of course, it's a beauty channel and a lot of people like to watch tutorials on the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, so I picked it up for myself. And as Jaclyn explained on her, I believe her Twitter and her Snapchat, the palettes for Ulta, her palettes for Ulta are in different packaging. These are supposed to be easier to clean and the names of the eyeshadows are on the back, but the eyeshadows themselves are all the same. So here we have it. I'm sure you've seen a lot of pictures of it everywhere. And maybe I'm wrong, but I thought in the pictures these were a little bit more red than they are. It could be just of any filter or anything the pictures had. But it is a really pretty palette, of course. When I first opened it, I gravitated towards this side of the palette, but I will be using all of the colors in several tutorials. So I'll go ahead and try to swatch these for you, just to see how they swatch. Obviously, you don't really know how eyeshadow performs until you place it on the eye. But yeah, they are really beautiful. I like this one. I think this is the shade Twerk. Yeah, so far the shade Twerk, I mean, I've only swatched 3, but I like the shade Twerk. Now let's try to swatch some matte shades. Take one more. These are really pigmented. They are also really soft, and yeah, you can see the pigmentation. The swatches are terrible, but the pigmentation, and they go on really smoothly. So I look forward to playing with that eyeshadow palette. So that is it for the Ulta haul, but not too long after my order for Ulta came in, I also stopped by Burlington. It's called Burlington Store now, but a while back it used to be called Burlington Coat Factory, and Burlington is similar to TJ Maxx, Ross, and Marshalls, and I also picked up some makeup from there. As you know, these stores have discounted products, makeup, clothing, accessories, almost everything, but it's supposed to be like designer stuff at cut prices or lower prices, and I found a lot of different palettes. Obviously with these types of stores, when you go in, a lot of the products are swatched and already opened, so when looking through palettes or lipsticks or whatever, just make sure they haven't been toyed with. The products that I bought were swatch free, and I got really lucky because most of them were already swatched and open and the packages were all tore up. But I did find some goodies from BH Cosmetics, e.l.f., and The Balm. The first thing I got was this e.l.f. palette called, this is the Matte for Matte, and it's originally $10, but I got it for $4. And this palette, the packaging was still closed and taped together. So as you can see, it's your basic matte eyeshadows, all your browns, perfect for using in combination with the Coastal Scents shadow pots that I have. So I will have tutorials using those, and my hands are all stained from the Morphe palette, so I'll switch to my other hand. But I can see myself using this eyeshadow palette in combination with my Coastal Scents single shadows, since all of them are shimmers. And then I could have a complete eye look. Obviously, I will film tutorials for you guys. See, they're very pigmented. I will film tutorials for you guys and let you know how I would do that. But these are some color swatch, and then they went on really pigmented, and they're very creamy and soft. The next palette I got is from The Balm Cosmetics, and it is the Appetite palette. And this retails for $40, but I got it for $17. And this is what it looks like on the inside. And all of these colors are really pretty. As you can see, they have not been swatched or anything. And then this is magnetic. It just says eat your heart out, you know, decorative, but you can pull it down so you can get to the actual eyeshadow. And the one color that calls my attention is this one. It's called Crispy Bacon. So I'll just swatch some of those. Yeah, Crispy Bacon will definitely have its own tutorial soon because it's a really pretty color, and these all swatched really softly, really pigmented. I'm looking forward to playing with these. I don't know if my camera's picking up, but you can definitely tell Crispy Bacon is really, it's eye-catching. My last 3 palettes are from BH Cosmetics, and the first one I have is the Studio Pro Dual Effect Wet Dry Eyeshadows, and this is what it looks like. It has 15 eyeshadows that can be used wet and dry, and there are a lot of, this row is all purpley shades, has a navy blue, a green, a taupe, and then your typical bronzy brownie colors. So I think I dipped into these 3. So let's try to swatch those. And again, that box was not open. The stuff was not swatched before I started to play with it. And as you can see, like I said, shimmers are usually really easy, and most shimmers and most palettes will look really pretty. So it's the mattes that you have to be careful with. But these are really pretty, and I would like to see how they work both wet and dry. And the price for the dual effect wet dry eyeshadow palette, they originally sell for $11 and I got it for $8. The last eyeshadow palette I got is the Essential Eyes 28 color eyeshadow palette, again from BH Cosmetics. This one sells for $13 and I got it for $9.99. And this has a lot of your smoky eye colors. All of the eyeshadows in this palette look like they're shimmers, so you might need a companion palette to create full eye looks with these. But the lower corner over here looks like you can combine it with the rest of the palette to create beautiful smoky eye looks. If you don't want a smoky eye, you can use the rest of the eyeshadow palette because it has bronzes and mauve colors, so you can create an everyday eye look. So I'm going to swatch these random three in the middle here. And I will have tutorials using all of these eyeshadow palettes, so if you want an idea on how to use them, just let me know. And these didn't swatch as well as the other ones. They're not very pigmented. It just adds a slight sheen of color. So let's try to swatch this one. And I really rubbed my finger in that one, so there's a lot of pigment payoff. But this one did apply a lot of color. So I'm gonna go into this one, and I just swipe a couple of times. Not the best, so I'll just have to play around and see if that's how all of these are, or maybe they work better if they're wet, because as you saw with the other palettes, I got instant color payoff, and with this one I really had to rub on the eyeshadow. So we'll see how that goes, and I will definitely have a lot of tutorials using these eyeshadow palettes. And then last but not least, I got the BH Cosmetics contour palette. This sells for $14 and I got it for $7.99. This is a powder palette, and it's also not swatched, so we'll see how well this works. If you've seen my channel for contouring, I do it off of camera, but I usually bronze tour, if that's a word. I just contour with my bronzer, or I use the Wet n Wild contour palettes. I have been using the contour matchstick from Fenty Beauty, so this product I will also try out. And I will play with it a lot before I do a tutorial on contouring, because I still have to learn how to do that myself. But the colors swatch really beautifully. They do look, especially this one, they do look a little bit red toned. So I'm not sure if they will make me look orange. But I'll play around with that and I'll let you know. So that is it for this video, you guys. I have 7 brand new eyeshadow palettes that I will definitely use to create a lot of eye looks for you guys. And keep in mind that if you want to buy new makeup, just look out for sales. Like I said, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, and Burlington often have discounted makeup. You just have to make sure that they're not swatched or play around with. And they do also sometimes have high-end makeup. Like for example, this time I got the Balm Cosmetics, which is high-end at half the price. Also from Ulta, I combined my 20% off coupon with my reward points. So I paid about $38 for a total of $100. After using my reward points and percentage off in combination. So if you are a smart shopper, you will find ways to buy stuff on sale so you don't always pay full price, because like I said, makeup is very expensive. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.